Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to NBA 2K23. Today we are back with Friday content reaction, overview, update, my thoughts, my opinions, my dreams on what we think tomorrow is going to come and how the cards are going to be and what you should be excited for and what cards you should probably skip over. Also, we give a temperature in the room on where the community's at, and, well, things have definitely happened this week, so we'll talk about that. And, well, 2K's playing cleanup control as pretty much the entire community hates them and has for the last couple months. But they thought they could smooth things over by dropping, boom, out of position 2. That'll fix everything, right? I guess, in their minds. Fat chance, but hey, it's an effort, I guess. Taking a look at the cards, I hate how they're all over the place, but let's talk about them. The first card immediately, Allen Iverson, power forward, small forward. Why would Allen Iverson ever be in a promo for out of position? He can't even play his own position in this game. So that card immediately will be like 2K, unusable. Taking a look at some of the other pink diamonds, we are getting oversized point guards. Seems to be the theme of this particular out of position as we get Elgin Baylor, which is nice. I believe he's only 6'5", but that's a nice one. He's good defense. If his shot is any decent, he could be a nice pink diamond. We get a pink diamond, Osman Dang. I don't know a lot about him. I don't watch as many Thunder games as I like to. I don't. Other than Dort is Shea, and I don't know anybody else. Oh, and Chet, and I guess Giddey. I do know quite a few Thunder players, but I never heard of this guy, so I don't know really what to expect from him. He's kind of wild card for me. Robert Williams, I don't know how tall he is, but I believe he's undersized. He's like 6'9", right? Or 6'10". Small forward, power forward, could be interesting. I don't see much promise coming out of him as I don't think he'll get the release we need. But Joe Ingles, 96 overall pink point guard, shooting guard. That could be interesting as I know him from the Jazz as he wears a Jazz jersey. And he was a sharpshooter. So interesting to see what kind of release he could. He could be the sleeper pink diamond out of the set. So keep an eye on him. Taking a look at the Galaxy Opals. This is where it really gets interesting. We'll start with the shittiest card out of all of them. Tracy McGrady. Why would you want a 6'8" anything at power forward and center at this stage of the game? I don't know. But it is T-Mac, but he will be definitely the cheapest and troll Galaxy Opal out of the bunch. So, yeah, I guess they threw in, that's why they put those two next to each other. But the next one, Anton Jamison, shooting guard, small forward, that will be nice, especially at the 2. As even our 3s are starting to get really huge. So I definitely think Anton Jamison could probably be the most expensive Galaxy Opal, but I could be wrong. Taking a look at Andre Iguodala, he will be nice. His jump shot's never really there, but he will be a great lockdown point guard. Not as bad as a Draymond Green on the jump shot, but it is always just a little bit of a slower point guard release. So I think you could see a couple people use him out there, but I don't think he'll be around as often as you think, but a nice budget point guard nonetheless. Now, oh my God, Big Z at the 3/2. I would run him at the 2, but the thing is people don't know how to call the positional pick and roll, so he could be really good at the 2 and setting screens and everything, but people don't know how to call that positional pick and roll, so I don't know if he'll be as I don't know that everyone will be able to utilize him as they need to, but he is definitely going to be cheesy, probably pretty expensive, but make no mistake, he will be slow as effing hell, and that's where the barrier will be in the reason why you wouldn't use the card. But I think the best card out of all of them will be this point guard, shooting guard, or point guard, small forward, Hedo Turkoglu, as he also gets a hero edition. That hero edition, he's going to be one of the best point guards in the game, and I'm calling it right now as he is 6'10". He's got a fire release, and if he gets some decent defense with this hero edition, move over Ben Simmons, Hedo Turkoglu. I'm calling it right now. Probably one of the best point guards in the game. But with that being said, here come the guards that you'll never pull unless you're extremely lucky. Taking a look at the most underwhelming one for me, it's going to be Ron Artest. Not that he won't be a good card, because he will have a nice release. He will be a lockdown defender, but I don't really see him being that much different than like a Penny Hardaway, Jimmy Butler. I think he's like 6'6", if I'm not mistaken, or 6'7", so he's just right around that side where he'll probably have a nice release, but at this stage of the game, especially with who he's going up against, he's just turning into kind of like an undersized point guard. So while I think he will be nice on defense, probably have a nice release, I just think he'll probably stay in that 300 and low 400 range. But Moving over to Jokic, who's getting a hero card. If they crack this card out, they're probably going to make this hero one have like the butter release, just like the Jordan one, and then freaking screw the other edition, which you'll never get unless you accidentally pull this card because, well, I guess there are still ways. Some people missed the ban earlier this morning, and there's a special way to do that. Make sure you check out. Hey guys, need cheap MT? Check out A6K.com. They're safe, they're reliable, and with my code Richie at checkout, you can get 5% off. Go get the cards you really want. Yeah, that's right. Make sure you check them out and use code Richie at checkout. And yeah, this Jokic card I guarantee is going to have the butter release on the Hero Edition, and they'll screw this other edition. But nonetheless, I love Jokic cards at point guard. He's my favorite one up until they release Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at point guard like they did last year and Shaq. This is a great start, but I'm excited to see what they do as animations. We're going to try and get a gameplay unless, well, I guess we can never really get the hero one because it's like 4 million MT, but we will get a Joker gameplay regardless this weekend, so you can count on that. Kevin Garnett, our last player, getting undersized at the small forward, believe it or not, is we have like 4 or 5, including this promo of 7-footer small forward. So probably want to try and run him at the 2. If his jump shot is as good as his Galaxy Opal, then this will be one of the top 2s in the game. No doubt about it. So I'm excited to see what that card's all about. We'll try and get a gameplay of him. It's a nice solid promo. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 on this one. Very, very solid. A lot of usable cards. And, well, believe it or not, the most popular names or the most hype beastie names in Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson's a hype name, but he's never usable in 2K, are the worst cards in out of the set. But a lot of usability here, so that is nice. As, like I said, 2K's been trying to clean up their mess this week as we learned that one of the Xbox finalists in Carlo, I forget, he's got some numbers. I apologize. I know his name's Carlo, but I don't know the rest of his username. And he was runner-up, I believe, on Xbox. Still hasn't got paid. It seems to be a big topic right now, really just for people to keep piling on to the shit show that 2K's been this year. And to me, I'll cut him a little bit of slack on that just because we don't know the full story on that. There could be banking information that got screwed up. It all comes down to their, finance department and how they process that. I've talked to other winners before. I do know that it takes a few months after they win to get paid. It is a process. There's a lot of loops and holes and taxes and things like that go into it too. So I'll cut them a little bit of slack on that, but just not much. Just because, well, no one really likes 2K right now, and they don't need much slack. But moving on, it's just kind of the same old thing, man. Right now, the community's pulse feels like it is end of July, early August as far as the game mode. They just really have sucked the life out of the mode this year. And they have no one to blame but themselves. And the funny thing is we are in the hypest part of the NBA where this game and profits should be through the roof for 2K, and it is probably at the worst that it's ever been for 2K. So the problem is they probably would drop, pack odds if they could. But again, I think this really comes from a higher up over at Take-Two Interactive. It's not really an NBA 2K decision. Could they drop pack odds? They probably want to, but they got to convince the bigwigs over at Take-Two Interactive. I'm sure they're not budging as they see their profits dropping, as, well, they have just made mistake after mistake to drive their community away. And I really think that's another thing, as speaking of community, is there's really no one over the MyTeam. There's been people that have taken over the MyTeam devs and that are MyTeam producer spots that filled in for DBG. And, well, we're just not getting any communication. So that's another thing, man. It's just like they never fill us in. We're never in the loop. All we do is get surprise attacks. And, well, it's just been the worst year as far as 2K's been concerned. Pretty much ever. I feel like everyone would probably be agreeing right now. We'll all be one pea in a pod and coming together and probably think this is probably the worst year of my team ever. So they can try and think that the content can save it, but we're past the point of content, I think, really resurrecting the game this year. I will have another rant video and talking about where I think is going on, if the mode can be saved or not, and really just what the hell is going on with the mode later on next week. But other than that, guys, that's the overview. The community's still pissed. They've sucked the life out of me in trying to talk about it anymore. This promo's nice, but in all reality, you probably won't pull any of those top Dark Matter cards, and you'll get a couple of these nice Galaxy Opals, if that. But yeah, I just think we're past that point of no return, And, well, 2K is really going to have to think of something to try and bring it back. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Richie Nation. Party on.